Yo, what's good? Welcome to Stu TV. I'm Stu. I'm just making a quick video. I cover all things crypto, metaverse, NFTs, blockchain, all money making opportunities in the space. I'm just doing like a quick review slash experience on Upland and how you can potentially make Upland a side hustle or make some side money in this metaverse game. Now, before I start, anything I say in this video is not financial advice because I cannot guarantee that you will do anything. The only thing I can show you in this game is my personal results and what is possible. So before we I just want to cover that before we get straight into it. But anyway, let's get straight into the game, into the content. I don't like prolonging or anything like that. So let's get straight for what you came for. Click on the link. So to start off, Upland, depending on you watching this, just from a beginner standpoint, beginner's video, this is a metaverse game. It's a virtual property trading game. So just the goal is just to go in, buy property, and depending on what your strategy is, you can either sell that property, you can flip it, flip that property for a higher price than you originally paid for. You can keep that property and collect rent. There's so many different elements that you can use the game for. But the object of the game in the metaverse is to essentially just get money however way you decide to do that, whether that be a trading or whether that be just collectively just earning that passive income. There's a whole bunch of strategies into the game. So let me start out by just explaining first. Most important thing in the game is what is the currency. Well, the currency is UPX. So with UPX, for every 1,000 UPX, it equals $1. So as you see on the screen, if you have 5,000 UPX, you have $4 all the way down to $25,000. There's players that have that much money just overall net worth in the game. So it just depends just how much you put in. I know for me, in my experience, I have my own personal strategies and things that I do. I don't really spend a lot of time in this game. I'm in other NFT projects and blockchains and ecosystems. But for the time that I put into this game, I've gotten good returns. Like I said, this is not financial advice. I can't guarantee results because I can't guarantee you're going to do anything. I just show you what's possible. So I just want to make sure I clarify that again. Anyway, I have currently $80,000, so that's equivalent of $80 in UPX. As far as total net worth, I've only been playing this game for about a month and some change. Just as far as taking it serious, almost 2 months, almost crossed like $300 net worth. As far as I haven't put that much money into the game, I've gotten good results where I bought properties and I've sold them for like, a 5, 10x, 3x, 1.5x. Like I've sold properties and, like far as flip them in the game. I know you could check my results. I have a lot of my results as far as properties I flip, and I take screenshots on Twitter. So I know just putting X amount of money in, I've gotten X returns like out of that. So just covering that, just getting into the first aspect as far as property usage. And just getting into the game. So this is like a property that I own in blue. So I'm selling my property for this. Obviously, they're going to get their as far as percentage out the game. As far as they're going to take a Upland fee. That's how it pays for the ecosystem along with everything else they're doing. And then people in green, these are other properties. So he's selling his property for a little bit significantly higher than mine, almost $15 equivalent USD. And then he's selling his for almost 20,000 UPX. So that's equivalent of $20 USD. If you stay in Canada, I'm not really sure what that would be. That's a little significantly higher, or just whatever region you're watching this from. So it just depends. But that's far as like the scope is like property in the game. Now, right now, there's different spots on the map. It's a worldwide metaverse, so it's real world utility contrast. So they have properties over in Chicago or Detroit You can go over to Queens. You can go down to New Orleans or L.A. or Las Vegas, San Francisco, Rutherford. I can barely pronounce that, but there's a lot of different other properties. They're going to do future releases into the game, so they'll most likely do Miami, or they'll do Denver, or they'll do Charlotte, North Carolina, or Houston, Texas. So there's going to be other different property releases in the game, and those are the opportunities to make the most money as far as new releases, because that's the equivalent of new mints if you're familiar with the NFT space. And then they have properties worldwide. So I bought properties over in, near Portugal and Porto, over in that area. So they're trying to go worldwide as far as a lot of different aspects, and how they're trying to take the game. So overall, the future vision and just roadmap for the game definitely looks solid. The way I treat it is more so like something I can treat as like a second bank account. Like I know I could buy property, I know I'll be earning the in-game token, and then when I want to cash out of that, then I can cash out of that at some point. So that's how I treat it. So this is something I put in minimal time to do, but I do get good rewards for the time I put in. Now obviously you watching this video, if you do everything this game is available to offer, you can make way more than I've made or have better results, but it just depends on how much you put into the game. But anyway, that's just like a general scope. But so I know the next question you will be asking yourself was just, how do I get started? I'm kind of confused. It's very vague. What are my options as far as getting into the game? Well, they have beginner strategies. They have guides. I can leave all these links below in the description, but it just shows you just different things that you can do. I don't do all these things because, like I said before, my time in the game is minimal, but I do participate in certain aspects of the game. So the first thing is an arbitrage trader. So that's my bread and butter. That's what I love to do. So that's just when a new property comes out or release, I can go in and get those properties, and I can just buy low and sell high. So that's just the model with whether you're buying land in this game or doing projects or NFT projects on Ethereum, Cardano, Solana. Just buy low, sell high. So I'm familiar with that strategy, and that's what I do into the game is I go buy and I go flip. They have other things you could do. You could be like a sports fanatic. You can, get those NFTs and things and the collections and stuff with like the NFL and soccer. That's something I personally don't participate in. And you could talk to other or just have other people in the game. Also, I wanted to bring up a quick note. Also, join the Discord. Join the Discord. Upland has a really good community. I know when I first came into the game, you could join this server, start asking questions, type in the chat. They also have a voice chat that you could jump in. If you're not shy and you want to ask questions through voice, that's also a possibility to do. But definitely join the Discord. Is just something that you can get into. They also have another server that I'm a part of. It's called Analytic Assassins. These guys in here, it's also Upland dedicated server. These guys are very helpful. A lot of these guys have helped me in terms of getting my start into the game and just like a better understanding. But it's a really good community. People are really willing to help just because it incentivizes. It's in our best interest to have like new players and you have a good experience in the game, because if you have a good experience then you become bullish and then you bring other people in. So that's how the masses come. It can't be somebody dominates the market, because if it's just one person dominating, then eventually everybody's going to leave, and then what is that person going to dominate type of thing. So you have to have that world working economy. But anyway, long story short, it's just an incentive for you to have a good experience. So players is really good in this community. So you could be a collector. So collector is just somebody, let's say you live in Queens or Nashville. Let's say there's an address actually in Nashville, like your house, that you can go see. Well, you could buy your house in this game, just depending on what cities are available. I know my city personally is not available in this game, but you can look, and then you can also click on this thing. It's called More. You can see a street view of where the actual property is. So this is more And it'll show you, you can type in your home address if you live in Nashville, you live in Queens or any of the available cities, or just future releases. And that's for a collector. So if you want to get like LeBron James' house, so you know Drake's address or things like that, this is more of somebody that just wants that that just general, they want that just value of just having that aesthetic value, just like, oh, I got LeBron James' house in the game, that type of thing. Or just I bought a property next to the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, or next to a famous street in Las Vegas. So that's more of the collector. Then you have like the passive income earner. So this person comes in, that's totally different from a person like me who's a trader and comes in and trades. You can have a passive income earner. So that person comes in and they buy a bunch of properties and they get rent, like APY. So every like 3 hours you'll get rent. So my timer is obviously 2 hours away, so I'm not going to make a 2 hour long video. But with this, every time this timer runs out, you get UPX as far as rent that you can add on to the UPX that you already have. So you're getting interest in the game. Like I said, that real world contrast, going back to if you own property in an apartment complex, they're going to have to pay you rent. So it's that type of thing. So that strategy, you have to buy a lot of properties to be able to get that. That property, personally, I don't agree with that strategy, but you coming in, that might work for you. They have like a casual player. So this is somebody that just enjoys just being in the game. They'll purchase like new properties. Money making is not really their goal. They're just more in the overall value of the game. You could be a business owner. You could open up stores and different things like that. That's future roadmap releases. Also, you could be a treasure hunter. The treasure hunter, I would equivalent this to almost like trading, as far as just reading charts and things like that. So within trading, you can go to this one website. It's called upxland.me. This is a website in the game that some players don't even know about, and it's very beneficial to know about this website just because you'll be able to get real targeted on certain properties. So if there's an area that you want to target or want to go after, you use this site to be able to track that down. So you can go to this link. You can go to treasure hunting, and then you can go, and let's say you want to go to Queens. You click on this link, and it will show you all the treasures hunts within Queens. So they'll show you this region of everything as far as where to go on properties. And that's just scope in terms of, all right, if they have treasure hunting in Queens, that's where I want to go. You get bonuses, rewards. So when you collect these treasures, you might get like, 5,000 UPX or 4,800 UPX or things like that. And you collect a slew of these, then you can start making, X amount of gains depending on how good you are at this strategy. But this is a strategy that more players do. I don't want to get too deep into this just because I don't want to confuse you as far as it's a beginner video. But there's a lot of good, I know a lot of players that do this. They're really into treasure hunting. If you join those Discords and join those groups and ask questions, I know they can give you definitely more knowledge that I can give you just in the scope of this one video. And then you could be a builder. A builder is somebody that uses Spark. A lot of players will tell you that Spark is the most important thing in the game, as far as it's the most valuable thing. I know every time you log in, if you log in every single day, it will show you how you can add Spark. You add Spark every time you log in. So this is how much Spark I've accumulated. And then as you level up, so I went from beginner to pro, they also reward you when you level up with Spark, like during Spark Week, so you get bonuses. But that just allows you to build apartment complexes, factories, buildings, just things like that. So that's one of the most important things, if not the most important thing in the game. You could be like a creator, so you can start doing 3D models or just offering your services. They got car racer, Uber driver. You can buy cars in this game. And just a lot of different aspects, dancer, free to play, hybrid. So you can kind of take everything, what I said, and just pick apart, hey, I want to be a trader, I want to be a treasure hunter. I don't really want to be a passive income earner. I want to get my money now. So that might be your two main strategies. So it just kind of depends on how you look at it. But these are all the possibilities and things that you could do in the game. And this is kind of like the same thing. You could buy, sell, trade assets, mint properties, sell properties, build with Spark, treasure hunting, just things like that. So join the Discord, talk to people. So that's all the elements that you could do just within this metaverse game and ecosystem. So in this video, I just want to basically just paint the picture and get you to see exactly what all Upland has to offer, because sometimes people just come into different metaverses or things or making money or just flipping or NFTs, and it's so vague that people don't have a fundamental understanding just coming into the game. So these are different things that you can learn and do. They have different ecosystems. Sorry, there's a fly flying in front of my face. But they have different properties just along the game. If I didn't mention it before, they have Nashville, Chicago, Detroit, New Orleans. So you can go buy properties in any of these areas. They're going to have future releases just even worldwide. I bought properties over in Porto, in Portugal. So I even got properties over here. And you can just buy those properties and different things. Obviously, with your Explorer, you can't buy things that are not in range of your Explorer. You have to travel with that. For some reason, my screen is... Okay, there we go. Yeah, for some reason, my screen is acting up. Anyway, you can't buy properties within range. I'll probably just exit this out. But the last thing that I wanted to show you within this game is the upxland.me. I wanted to show you just like a quick walkthrough in this game, a walkthrough with this website that you can use. If I didn't mention it before, some players don't know about this website, but it's definitely a game changer in terms of you being able to get real targeted on properties. Just because if my computer wouldn't act up, if you could see, let me log in real quick, but if you could see, it'll be way more difficult searching for properties within this game. Let me see my computer. All right, there we go. Anyway, it'll be way more difficult. So let's say you want to go buy properties over in Los Angeles. Well, buying properties in Los Angeles, you have all these properties to choose from that you can go buy. So all these green dots. So you have to go to this green dot. You have to go to that green dot. You have to scroll in. You have to click on the property, see what it's available for, see what it's selling for, just all those type of things. So you have to go all the way around the map. That'd be very tedious. So to combat that, you get targeted and you go to this site. So you go to upxland.me, and then you go to property search, and you can search any property that's available that's already been out for mint. So these are all the properties. They got Arlington, they got Dallas, they got Porto. I got properties in Arlington and Porto. So let's say you wanted to go search up. I know when I first started, I went over to Detroit. So I went over to Detroit. I started over there. I cleaned up. I started buying property over there when I first started. I know Detroit is a very beginner-friendly city, so I had a really good experience. But it just depends on the time in which you watch this video. And if I didn't say it before, anything I'm saying is not financial advice. I can't guarantee any results or anything in this game. So you click, and I had to do like a whole walkthrough on this video as far as how to actually search and all the ramifications of this website, because that's a whole video into itself. But anyway, I just wanted to show you a quick thing on this on the screen. One thing I wanted to show you and pay attention to is markup. So when you see the markup percentage, you can see it's 91, 94, 95%. With that, all it's saying is the markup as far as how much it is below 100%. Like that's how much is below like original price value. So the mint price is what the original price, that was the price that the game listed it for when this property was first released. Now they have marked it down some so you can get it at a 91% markup. So that's a discount at which you can get it the last price at which they listed it for. So you could come in, buy this property for $16,000. You could potentially sell it for like maybe 24, 23,000. So you can get that 5 to 6, maybe even 7, 8% markup, and almost sell it like 100%. Now there's markups that sell at 100%, but it just kind of depends on the property. So I know when I went in and bought FSA properties. Now, as a beginner player, you could buy FSA properties because FSA properties are significantly cheaper because it's tailor-made only for beginner players. I'm no longer a beginner player anymore, so I can't have access to these properties. But for you, you could buy properties as low as $4.09 and 95 cents for a markup. You can buy a slew of those properties, start cleaning up. You could buy this property for you could buy this property for $5.75 or whatever. And it's just different things you could do in the game. If you buy like, 8, 9, 10 of these properties, you keep doing those markup and flips, then you can see that compound. Also, you can get your collections and stars right here. But that's just one aspect of the game as far as what you can use this property search tab for. But it's a lot of good benefits to the game. I've overall had a good experience. If you want to check any of my results or anything that I post, definitely follow me on Twitter. I have all my sales and things I post and how much percentage and what I made in the game. I have screenshots posted on my Twitter, so definitely check that out. Just make sure but anyway, this is my review on Upland. And just make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to Stu TV. I'm going to be uploading more videos, just more content on different projects, metaverses, NFTs, just whatever I'm looking at in the crypto space. Just make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.